I'd like to shoot you in the ass with a BB gun. Lay there in the tall grass and laugh at what I'd done. Put a blood blister upon each bun. I'd like to shoot you in the ass with a BB gun. I'd love to rub your toothbrush on a sick monkey's butt and give your home phone number to some perverted nut and tell everybody what you really weigh. And just for fun, I'd like to shoot you in the ass with a BB gun. I'd like to shoot you in the ass with a BB gun. Lay there in the tall grass and wait for the cops to come. Put a blood blister upon each bun. I'd like to shoot you in the ass with a BB gun. I'd love to kick your poodle. I'd love to sling your cat and bust your Yanni CDs with a baseball bat and send your fat mouth mama sailing like the flying nun. I'd like to shoot you in the ass with a BB gun. I'd like to shoot you in the ass with a BB gun. Lay there in the tall grass and wait for the cops to come and put a blood blister upon each bun. I'd like to pop you right square in your big ass with a Red Ryder BB gun. Loving you's like frying bacon naked. Oh, you tempt me, darling, and you torture me. Loving you like frying bacon naked. And that's how I feel when you get through with me. Lord, you think I'd know? Oh, you think I'd learn? A man falls in love, a man's gonna get burned. All I asked from you is this solemn pledge. Oh, you could burn the bacon, but please don't scorch the sausage. Yeah, loving you like a frying bacon naked. Oh, you tempt me, darling, and you torture me. Yeah, loving you like frying bacon naked. And that's how I feel when you get through with me. What made God put thorns on a rose? Oh, he got his reason. Well, I suppose. Oh, but what makes a woman want to put her man? Yeah, like coal fat back in a hot frying pan. Yeah, loving you like a frying bacon naked. You tempt me, darling, and you torture me. Oh, the loving you like frying bacon naked. And that's how I feel when you get through with me. Sweet Louise, baby, that's how I feel when you get through with me.
I can't cut that off real quick there. How's everybody doing? Well, I practice, I guess. Been a while. Been what, a month now? Sorry I haven't been around. It's been a bit of a rough. August was rough for me. It's been rough. Basically, my how's everybody doing? Let's put the chat up. Let's do that first. I can't even remember procedure. Let's see who's here. We got. Why can't I see? No comments. There we go. Owen Vaughn, how are you? Watching Ice Cube eat. I can't even speak. Watched Ice Cube eats Eat of Worlds. What? Not getting that time back. It sucks. Ice Cube Eat of Worlds. I don't understand what the hell you watch there, sir. Michael, he's nothing playing in good in the theaters. Yeah, I don't really go to the movies much anymore. I can't remember the last movie I went to see. Oh yeah, it was the F1 one with Brad Pitt. It was okay. It was all right. It was kind of what you expected, a little bit of what you didn't expect, but for the most part, it was what you expected. Let's see. Results oriented. How are you? Who else is here? Slag Stonehunter 66. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Vincent Vaughn, go fuck yourself. Sorry I didn't return your message on Gilded. I'm just so shot lately. I'm burnt out. So basically, all right. So this is what's been going on with me. So beginning of August, my coworker goes on vacation. Now it was only supposed to be a couple days, but while on his first day of vacation, he fell and broke his ankle in 2 places. So, he had to go get surgery, and I guess they put a cast or boots or I don't know, something on his leg. And the motherfucker has been on short-term disability ever since. And guess who gets to cover most of his fucking shit? I do. And this was in the middle of August is pretty busy month because we were doing like a big audit where they have auditors come in and make sure you're doing everything like you're supposed to be doing. And this is like when you work in a corporate environment and, you have stockholders and all this stuff. They got to make sure that you're doing everything on the up and up. So that there was like a week of audit. He wasn't there for that. He hasn't been in since the beginning of August. And my other coworker had, let's see, a week and a half ago, he had to go to California for some vehicle testing. So he was pretty much, he was in and out of pocket, kind of not totally available. So I've been covering myself and 2 of my coworkers and the guy who came back from testing for 1 day, and then now he's on vacation this whole week. Oh, and then last week I was covering for somebody else. I was doing part of their job. So it was literally like Bugs Bunny first base, Bugs Bunny second base, Bugs Bunny third base, Bugs Bunny pitching, Bugs Bunny outfield. I have just been, I just burnt out. And and then last week I did schedule a show, and this is so fucked up. So I bought a filter for my dishwasher. I don't know what that fucking sound was. I bought a filter for my dishwasher, and I hooked it up. And usually when I run the dishwasher, it's either this motherfucking computer. Shut up. It's in either right before I go to bed, I'll put it on, or I'll put it on before I leave for work. So I'll just hit the button and go out the door. Thankfully, I put it on before I went to sleep. So I got this new filter set up that's supposed to make all my dishes all nice and beautiful clean. I already ran it once, no problem. Put it on, went to bed. But I fell asleep. But I don't know how long it was. Half an hour, 45 minutes into my sleep. I was knocked out. I wake up and I'm hearing this sound, and it's like, is there a car outside? Is there like a diesel engine running? Like, what the hell is that sound? And it like took me a minute to kind of like, what's going on? Like, what is this sound coming from? I went down to my kitchen. The fucking kitchen floor is covered in water. Like I have an inch of water on my kitchen floor. I'm like, holy shit. I just ran over to the sink. I killed the inline feed to at the sink. I'm like, holy shit! So one of the hoses, high pressure hoses, had popped off this fucking filter unit, and it was pouring. I mean, gallons coming out per minute. And I'm like, holy fuck! So then I'm like, oh shit. Now my basement's below the kitchen. I go downstairs and my fucking basement has fucking water in it coming down the fucking down from above. I'm like, holy crap. So that was at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was up till like 2:30. So if you guys are on Gilded and you saw, like, I canceled the stream at like 2 something in the morning because that's what I was dealing with. So yeah, a strongly worded letter to this fucking cheap fucking mother goddamn filter that I put in. I'm definitely sending that back for a refund. Can't believe it. I'm glad, thank fucking God, that I didn't put it on and go to work. If I put it on and go to work and went to work, like, my basement would have been fucking waist level by the time I got home. If you can imagine, like 8 hours of gallons coming out per minute. Like, I can't even fathom how many gallons that is. It was just pouring out of this thing, like coming out like the full pressure. So yeah, I'll can't wait to see my water bill when it comes in. They send me a bill quarterly, although it's not, crazy expensive, but still, So the next day, yeah, Edwin Vaughn, it's a moldy dream. So yeah, I was working for like 2 or so hours, just getting the water out of the basement, setting up fans, I just went right to work, getting everything dried as fast as I could, dehumidifier, the whole bit. Shop vacs on. Actually, I used it's like a low, the kind of pump you use to get the water out of a pool, but like the pool cover, so it doesn't need an on-off switch. You just put it together and you're good to just suck the water right out. So, but still, like, I haven't smelled any mildew or anything. So I hope, and I'm checking the ceilings, and I'm not seeing any real issue that I could tell, at least not right now. So Sean says the water bill, if you had gone to work instead of bed, would have been astronomical. Abso-fucking-lutely. It would have been. I mean, I don't even want to think about it, because it would have put my basement half underwater. So I have like a library down there for just all my books, I will lost my library. I have car stuff that's down there, like memorabilia that would have got fucking wiped out. My furnace would have got fucked. My hot water heater, my washer and dryer. Yeah, I got you, Mayflower. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, that thing's been running good. It's actually it's very dry down in my basement right now, like almost to the point of, like, you could feel the temperature difference. But yeah, what a fucking disaster. The last month has not been good. So the big boss, there's, of course, well, I'm being in a corporate environment, there's many levels of bosses. So I have my direct boss, who's good, and then he's the head of the he's the head of the division. He's the guy that won't get rid of that woman that I've spoken about, who shouldn't really be doing what she does, but he keeps her there because I suspect that they must have been boning at some point. But so he wants to get rid of the dude who broke his leg. It's like, you're looking at a lawsuit there if you do that. But he's never liked the guy. He's the kind of guy, if he doesn't like you, you know, and if he likes you, you're fine. You're good. He's still gonna ride you a bit. He's a fucking tough boss, but I appreciate his toughness because keeps people in line, and he weeds out the weak people, and he's been trying to weed out this guy for a while because this guy does bare minimum. He literally just he doesn't do anything extra. He does what he has to do barely, and he goes home. Like you could set a watch by his hours. Literally, when it hits that time, he gets up and he leaves. And he's really just there for the insurance is my take, because he has 6 fucking kids and the company pays for insurance for your whole family. If you have a family of 10 people, or if you have one person like myself, they'll pay the insurance for the whole family, which kind of sucks for me. It's like this guy's getting paid for literally 7 people, right? 8 people, himself, his wife, his 6 kids, right? So that's a huge burden on the company. Or myself, it's just me, right? So I think I should get there should be some compensation extra there. Right? You think? But so any case, he's the big boss is pissed, and he just wants to get rid of him. But my direct boss is like, well, you do that, you're probably gonna get a lawsuit, so you gotta weigh the, do you really want to go down that road? And then we're gonna be out a person for it takes months to get a replacement. If anybody's been through that nonsense. And then you got to bring the guy up to speed, right? Because he doesn't know all the intricacies of what you do there. And so I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but he was supposed to be out next week too. But he's going to work from home starting next week, right? So he's been sitting on his ass doing fuck all for weeks now. And he could have been working this entire time, doing at least covering his shit, which he hasn't been doing. I'm trying to be sympathetic. You broke your leg like an idiot falling downstairs. But, come on. How much time is that really worth? 2 weeks maybe, right? But he seriously screwed me over, or he screwed everybody over, but me especially, because I've been having to cover for this fucker for weeks now. So I was supposed to take vacation starting in August, at the end of every month. So at the end of August, and at September, end of October, end of November. And I had to cancel my one for last week. So I said, fuck it, I'm taking 2 weeks now at the end of September. Fuck him. I made it so that when he came back, which would have been not next week, but the following week, that I would have been off and he could fucking deal with it. But in any case, I've been rambling on, but now you know why I've been I haven't been doing shows, because I just either been fucking burnt out or having problems with my dishwasher. So we got my wheel of let's see if I can put it on the screen. I got some guys in the background. I see you guys, so don't worry, I haven't forgot about you. Back there, let's see, we got screen share, ADT. Okay, so we got show, you fucker. Why isn't this showing? Here we go. Why doesn't this show? What the fuck? There you go. Okay, so we got spinny wheel, and we got 5 regular stories, perhaps on the political side, some of them. And then we got 5 silly stories. So we're going to bring a couple guys in. We're going to spin the wheel. And we're going to talk about the stories. Let's see who else joined real quick and say hello to you guys. So I see Who346 joined. Thanks for coming. Jimmy Bones stopping by. You can come in if you want. You got the link, Jimmy Bones, if you want to join and same with you, Sean, if you want to join. Let's see who else. JR, how are you? Happy birthday, sir. I think I saw it was your birthday today or the other day or one of these days. Happy birthday. Tim, how are you? So moist you could drown a toddler in his panties. Oh my goodness. Moist. Riggs Jr. Yeah, I was moist. Shadow Sonata, how are you, sir? MGTOW Outlaw, what's going on? All right, I think I pretty much got everybody who's here. Yeah, all right, guys. Thanks for coming. Oh, Ray, how are you, Ray? I see you had one comment there. Thanks for coming. All right, let's bring the guys in who are in the backstage. We got MGTOW Mando.
Hey, how you doing?
Coming up anytime now. Oh, let me get rid of. Good. How are you?
It sounds like you've
How
had
you
about
been?
the same. Sounds like you had about the same kind of month I did.
Yeah. It's been like summers, at least weather-wise, by me, seems to have ended like 3 weeks ago.
I ain't complaining about that.
No, I mean, I don't mind like the 70 plus degree weather, but the mornings have been in the mid 50s. So
What?
I've been riding in. I mean, it hasn't rained in like a while. I think it rained once in like weeks.
My concern is, at least in Southwest Missouri, if it's a mild summer, it's going to be either a really wet and nasty winter, or it's going to be a cold and dry winter. Either way, it's not going to be pleasant.
Yeah, winter is definitely heading all our ways soon. But yeah, I was thinking because it got cold-ish sooner than normal that we might have a fucking really bad winter. I hope we're not going to have a bad winter.
Over in Pops Gilded, I dropped a link to one of the YouTube weather nerds that I watch that's usually pretty on point, and he's dropped his opinions for the upcoming winter, and it don't look pretty, especially up where you're at.
Ooh. Slang Stonator says his ex. Let me try to put this on screen. Your ex tried to take your time away from your kids. That's pretty fucked up. Kids come to me and call the sheriff. Wow, that's pretty fucking. That's fucking terrible. You know, a person like that needs to stop putting their kids in the middle of whatever you two have going on, and concentrate and focus on the upbringing of the kids, despite whatever feelings she might have or the feelings that you might have for her. And you need to put that aside, right? And worry about making sure the kids are taken care of and have equal time. And, you know, don't take away. I mean, it sounds like you have the shitty end of the stick, which most men get, which is the very, it's not even part-time dad, which is the quarter-time dad, which is like once during the week and every other weekend and every other holiday bullshit. So, you know, good luck with that. I hope it's not going to continue to be an issue for you. And as they say, document everything for the courts. But it sucks that you know you would have to go back to court, and yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, you're saying you're about to go back to court. That fucking sucks. I'm really sorry you're dealing with that, bro. It's so fucking not right. Just make sure you're documenting this, and especially like I see you had the police had to come to call the sheriff. Make sure you get the police report because that'll help you. That you have 50-50. Yeah. Oh, no child support. Good for you. So this is fucking terrible that they have to put the kids in the middle for their own fucking bullshit. All right, we got Jackal. What's going on, Jackal? Well, where are you? Why aren't you popping? There you go. You hear me? Jackal? Jackal? Are you there, Jackal? Are you jacking, Jackal? I can't hear you, Jackal. Unfuck yourself, sir. Well, maybe he had a stroke.
Well, you know, he probably got abducted by one of his cyber war characters.
Who knows? All right, Jackal. I'm gonna we'll leave you there, and whenever you want to join. Oh yeah, here's Sean. Perfect. Yeah, parental alienation is a crime for fucking sure. One with jail sentences, but women usually get away with it. But I'm seeing judges changing that. They are ordering women to go to jail for a weekend when it happens. Really? That's interesting. I haven't heard that, but I hope they do. Fuck them,
Yeah.
you know?
My sister and I were lucky when my parents got divorced. Both parents actually wanted us to be able to see the other parent. So I just didn't spend as much time with my dad as I wanted to because, for whatever reason, he had other more important things going on,
Hmm.
like getting
Yeah,
with every chick he flipping could.
sorry you had to deal with that, bro.
Yeah,
really
shit happens.
Anyway, let's see.
If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have turned out to be the good, well-rounded individual that joins you freak shows periodically.
There you go. You are the sum of your experiences with a little bit of your genetics mashed in there. And he says, Terrence Pop and the crew and you, me, saved a lot of us, men. Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying that. I'm just here to make y'all laugh and help out where I can, when I can.
Like the evil deep fakes to mess with Pop.
Yeah. I was up late last night putting together all the shorts from the prior couple weeks, and so those. If so, Pop got a strike on his Grunt Speak shorts, which is all the videos I do, which are the cut ups of the live shows. So they're now putting them on, at least temporarily, over. It's a channel called Grunt Speak Bits. So if you want to see the little chopped up shorter versions of his show, go to Grunt Speak Bits, and there you'll see.
Are they going after Pop hotter or more hot and heavy than previously?
Well, he did the show on the
I remember I watched
pharmaceuticals, and that they fucked with him on that. And plus, I'm sure he's on the radar now because of what happened with that
the hacker.
That hack. Yeah, that was pretty fucked up. And it's like the guy's been around for years, and they treat him like, dog ass.
Well, it's YouTube, and he does put out material that is not exactly politically correct.
Yeah. All right. So if anybody wants to join in, let's see. We'll get a couple other guys in here. I saw Outlaw.
It'd get kind of boring if it's just you and I going back and forth on this.
Well,
I can only make so many jokes before somebody else has to pick up a little bit of the load.
Only so many dad jokes. Now again, it is restream because I said fuck you to StreamYards and their insane pricing that they came out with, $450 a year. They could right the fuck off with that. And if anybody wants to join, make sure your mic is good and that you're not got a whole shitload of noise behind you. And we'll talk some of these stories. So let's spin the wheel. Let's see what we get. Sound good? Here we go. Oh, here's a good one to start with. The president's health.
Are we talking mental or physical?
Well, let's see what the story says. So let's get this off here. Hold on. Stop sharing that.
Hang on. Before you go further, Jimmy, or Billy, I do want to say this. If anyone is watching this who does anything with MSN's splash page news articles, can you guys please stop throwing 1 in 3 articles that are either A, mocking a certain gun tuber for being named by an individual who did something unpleasant. B, negative things about Trump all the dad burn time. Or C, all the crazy stuff the Dems are doing. I really just go on there just to check the funnies, and I don't need to go through a bunch of tripe just to find what I'm looking for.
Well, that's what they do. They want to put you in a maze. So you click here, click there. You know, for each click, they get a certain percentage of
Yeah. Well,
something.
the thing is that's my mental health break at work.
Speaking of mental health, U.S. media quickly forced to revisit a thorny question. How should a president's health be covered? Now, they're talking about Trump. So let's just read a little bit of this, because I find this to be absolutely fucking absurd. Early in Donald Trump's news conference Tuesday, Fox News' Peter Doocy asked a question that surely baffled people who avoided social media for Labor Day. How did you find out over the weekend that you were dead? Doocy said to the president. Doocy was referring to speculation about Trump's health that spread online during the long Labor Day weekend, fueled in part by president's relative absence from the public for several days. Like he's not allowed to go, fucking take some time off and hit the golf course. The incident has renewed, for a different president, questions about how journalists should handle the sensitive issue of how healthy an aging leader of the free world actually is. Now, Mando, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the fucking media avoid talking about a certain former president's health his entire fucking time in office?
That is very much an accurate statement. And here's kind of a crazy thought for people. And I just want you to think about this logically for half a second. The President of the United States is allegedly the most powerful single individual in the free world. Would it not make sense for the people covering him health-wise, no matter who it is, to, I don't know, not speculate as to whether or not he's croaked? Given the fact that, given his position and the nature of what he has access to, that could be a very destabilizing element for certain countries, some that start with R, some that start with C, the sort that might actually have the capability of growing multi-story mushrooms over our cities. Yeah, I'm just saying, just for giggles.
Well, it's like, as Sean says, how much time off did Biden take? I remember that guy being at the beach way too often, or going to his house in Delaware like literally every weekend.
Well, that was just that way the body double could be swapped out.
There is a lot of videos that are like, I've seen like we've all seen it, where it's like they had that one guy who was like a little bit taller. Like somebody did a whole breakdown about this one video where the guy comes walking out and it's like, that's not Biden.
Yeah, Benny Johnson's done a lot of commentary about that.
Yeah, so they had like perhaps body doubles, multiple. They were completely ignored. They ignored it all the way up until they couldn't ignore it any longer. And that was the first presidential debate, when he was sitting there like, and didn't know what to fucking say or do.
Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest. After that one event, his spouse should really have been looked at hot and heavy for elder abuse charges. That was appalling.
She was a total, she is, to put him up there, and then she, with her Dr. Jill Biden. Like, come on. These people are so like full of themselves.
And bear in mind, I am not a fan of Biden in any way, shape, or form. But what I saw happening to that man, if that was my grandfather up there, I would have been absolutely appalled.
I know, right? Like, Like, but then the problem is VP, if you recall,
Oh
that
god.
idiot was, but they were trying. There were people so hard to put her into place,
Well, that's
and they
because they
didn't.
knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, well, thank God it didn't. Thank God we dodged that bullet. Somehow we dodged that bullet. I don't know how. I think in a few years, it's going to come out just how tumultuous inside that White House was, as far as the power struggles between, Biden and his people, and the newer Dems who wanted to put, Kamala into place and
On
push
the
him
one hand,
aside.
Billy, I want to agree with you, but given how absolutely insane the left wing party in this country is, and the right wing for that matter, we're never going to see that information. That'll be put out in a tell-all book when you and I are so old that we're drooling on ourselves.
Right? Yeah. And
And
that nobody
everyone,
cares anymore.
yeah, and
Everybody,
everyone who's looking at it's going to be like, "Wow, isn't that ancient history?"
right? Yeah. 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 The grandfather that showered with you. Oh God. That is disturbing
It
on
is.
so many fucking levels.
It is, but I think I get the point across by saying it that way.
Let's see. Sean says, I swear Kamala Harris was Biden's insurance policy. She was totally. She's so incompetent and likable that if Biden was 25th out, they have someone worse to deal with. Yeah.
I would say that's a fair assessment.
Yeah. Well, it's funny.
It's a cruel assessment, but a fair one.
I remember during the last election when, Kamala was running, and they were like, each president picks a worse, VP than themselves, so they look better, right? So they had Biden with Harris, and Harris with that idiot Tim from Minnesota there.
Tim Walz, whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah, whatever the hell his name was. That guy, he needs to go. Him, the whole crew, that whole Ilhan Omar, and God, every time she pops on the TV, because she's been on ever since that shooting. So I keep seeing clips of her. I'm like, her voice is so grating. It could possibly be the most grating voice I've ever heard in my life.
It would need to pass or be put in as a constitutional amendment, but they really need to have something where members of Congress have to pass an IQ test before they're allowed to run.
There should be some kind of stipulation that they have to have some kind of credentialism of some sort, even though all the institutes have been taken over and really a lot of credentials are not worth the paper they're printed on.
What I'm getting at specifically is they have to prove that they have the cognitive capability to understand what it is that they're trying to force down the people's throats. I don't think a lot of them do.
Well, in my opinion, no. I think you're right. I think a lot of them run on, sayings and social bullshit campaigns.
Sloganism.
Yeah, that's how you get. That's how you get a bunch of these reps in there. Is they look they can say the right words to the right people to get them into place, and then they just become a puppet of the people behind the scenes, right? I mean, someone like AOC, right? She's an actress, right? And she's not even a good actress, but
yeah, no.
she's someone that connects with a certain part of the population. So
here's the other thing when it comes to AOC specifically, and there are people that would argue this. I don't blame them. She was moderately cute for a lefty.
Who, AOC?
Yes. In the right light, in the right light, she was moderately.
Bit of a horse face, in my opinion.
I'm not disagreeing, but basically, she's a butterface.
Hmm.
She's one of those that you get a bunch of drunk dudes in a room together, and they'd be like, "Yeah, okay." And you've been around the same type of guys that I'm describing. You know, I'm not too far off the mark.
Yeah.
As disturbing as that is to admit.
So we'll go down and we'll see what else the article says. Oh, here's Biden and the doctor. It's a familiar issue with the news media and two aging presidents. A year ago, President Joe Biden, now 82, abandoned his re-election effort. He didn't abandon it. They forced him to abandon it. They forced him out. Anyway, this is how news media, they spin shit and they put words in and, try to fucking twist things. Abandoned his re-election effort after a halting, confusing performance in a debate with Trump provoked concerns about his ability to serve another 4-year term. Journalists who covered the White House faced attacks for not doing enough to investigate Biden's health and conditions. Yeah, well, fuck. Yeah.
That almost needs the Simpsons "well duh" clip.
Right? Trump, who turned 79 in June, is the oldest person to be inaugurated as president. Pictures showing him with bruises on his hands and apparent swelling in his legs circulated online recently, as did clips of misstatements in public, such as mistakenly referring to Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer last month as Christie. I mean, come on. Let me tell you, Trump is I'm getting an echo. I'm getting an echo here somewhere. Trump is pretty fucking solid. He's pretty clear. Everybody fucking this fucking media. They want everybody to be absolutely perfect, the best, doesn't make a mistake whatsoever. And when they do, they laser focus in on the littlest thing. Like, remember the whole Covfefe thing? It was a fucking misspelling, Go ahead.
Specifically, what the media does is they undersell anything that a left-winger says or does as needing nuance or needing context or needing this or needing that. Anything a right-winger says, it can be the clearest, most concise thing in the universe, and oh my god, that is so horrible, or some other commentary that you're looking at your TV screen or your computer monitor and going, did you watch the same thing I did? Because I did not see that.
Yeah, no. Sean St. George says it was the donor class that told the party to drop Biden in 2020. Yeah. Oh, no, drop Biden in 2024, I think is what you're saying. Or actually 2024. They pulled the donations until another candidate was selected. Yeah. I mean, I think Trump is still viable, still with it. And his right-hand guy, J.D. Vance, every time I see that guy, I'm like, he's the next guy. That guy's with it. He's on it. And he's got a great memory. He will. I appreciated his debate with that fucking tampon Tim guy, because he was like,
hilarious.
Oh yeah, he was like correcting the fucking. I remember he was like correcting the moderators and with facts. Like, he remembers facts, and those to me are the kind of people you need to be in place to be running things.
Okay. I'm again, completely my opinion, completely subjective. J.D. Vance not only beat Tim Walz in those debates because of his ability to recall facts, but because of the fact that he comes across as a person that you would actually want to talk to.
Yeah, I mean, he seems like a normal guy, like a normal.
Tim Walz. When I watch that guy's TV appearances, I'm literally asking myself, who would actually want to spend more than 5 minutes with that man and not want to do something that would get me ill or get me hemmed up by the FBI if I said it openly on this channel?
Well, Tim Walsh he strikes me as the kind of guy who will say and do anything just to be liked by people.
As a guy who spent a good chunk of his freshman year of high school in his locker, Tim Waltz would have been in the locker next to me.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely the kind of guy who will, he's the kind of guy that goes on the women marches, right? To try to get laid. He's the kind of guy. Oh yeah, he had a whole military thing where he said he was in like some kind of combat situation.
Yes, I remember that.
The false, the fucking
stolen valor.
Stolen valor and all that. Wow.
And if memory serves, he actually had members of his command team come out and say, no, this is all BS. He did not actually go over there. In fact, he ran out while we were getting ready to go over.
Right? Like, what were they thinking picking that guy? I mean, wow.
They were thinking white guy with military background would get the redneck beer swillers.
Oh, they're trying to put, here we go, the picture of the swelling of the. Now, if you've been around old people, I mean, my dad would get this problem here and there. It's just like a pooling of the blood situation, and they just put them on blood thinners of some sort, from what I remember. I mean, it's been a while.
With where that's placed, I would actually think that he probably had a blood draw done for some kind of check.
Yeah, maybe a blood draw. Maybe, you fucking run into something. You hurt your hands. I mean, you just see my hand. Go ahead.
And the reason I say that specifically is a lot of times with older individuals, they like to do blood draws using the butterfly catheters that they use for infants because it has because it has a slightly slightly lower likelihood of causing significant issues if they miss the stick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they love to just make things something that's nothing, and then things that are something they'll just fucking brush under the carpet like it doesn't, like it's nothing. But all right, I think we're done with this story for the most part.
Yeah,
it's fucking mediating.
It's at the glue factory.
Yeah. All right, let's get this off the screen. Jackal, you come back. He's listening. He's definitely listening.
Yeah.
I'm focused on something else at the moment.
All right.
Did you lose the echo when I muted my mic earlier?
Maybe. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we did.
Okay.
All right.
If it gets too frustrating, let me know, and I'll just go on mute unless I actually have something to say.
Let me try to do a noise canceling. Sometimes that does it on my end. No, I got the echo noise canceling all set up on mine, so I don't know. It's you.
Yeah. if it gets to be a problem. What the hell was that?
Somebody lost. Oh, you there?
I'm here.
Okay. And we got Outlaw decided to join.
Yay.
Hello, sir.
What up? Am I coming in clear?
How's it going? You are.
Not bad.
And I don't hear a bunch of crickets tonight. So you must not have the door open.
Outlaw, is that Hero Yui as your avatar?
That is Hero Huey.
Let me see if I can single you
But
out.
you're excited for the 30th anniversary Gundam Wing thing that they've been advertising for the last months.
I certainly am. I love it.
All right. Everything going well with you, sir? Besides?
Oh, yeah. Do I have an echo? Everything good?
Yeah. You don't have an echo. Maybe a slight delay, but that's all right. We're not all professional here.
Yeah, I'm on a phone, so.
Oh, no worries. Thanks for coming.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's spin the wheel. See what we get. Of course, another one. White House viral video.
I
All
have
right.
not seen this.
Yes. So there was supposedly a viral video that happened over the weekend that is kind of weird. It's only a weird video, but
Well,
I don't know. Hold on.
I hate to say this,
pull
but
it up.
every viral
Pause
video
this.
seems to be weird.
Oh, weird story. Here we go. All right, let's get this off the screen. Stop screen sharing, and let's bring this on the screen. Okay, so there was a viral video that went around that this apparently was a big thing over the weekend. I don't know. I wasn't on the computer pretty much all weekend, so I wasn't in the know on this. But apparently there was a video of somebody throwing stuff out a window. So Trump addresses bizarre viral video of mysterious mystery items tossed from White House window. President cites 600-pound bulletproof windows of proof footage is fake during press conference. So I guess Peter Doocy. So here we go. I'll read a little bit of it. President Donald Trump has dismissed a bizarre viral video showing mystery objects being hurled from White House windows as fake. The footage appears to show someone repeatedly throwing objects out of the top floor of the White House onto the lawn below. At a packed press conference, the president told how the mansion's windows were sealed and bulletproof and suggested the clip may have been AI. All right. The short video began circulating widely on social media over the weekend and ran thousands of views, fueling speculations online. People debated whether the clip showed a staffer, while others floated conspiracy theories about hidden activities inside the Washington, D.C. mansion, with items lobbed from what many speculated was the Lincoln bedroom. Ooh. At first, the White House officially claimed the footage involved a contractor carrying out routine maintenance while Trump was away. But at a packed press conference Tuesday, Fox News senior White House correspondent Peter Doocy showed the clip to Trump in real time, prompting the president to laugh and explain why he thought it was fake. So he was saying that it was AI generated because those windows are bulletproof glass. So let's take a look at the video and see what you guys have to think about this. Stop sharing this. And Edwin Vaughn says definitely a dead body. Maybe. All right. And get this up here. Pulse Kebab, how are you? Seems fake. The same type of video of Buckingham Palace just a few years ago. I don't know. Let's see what you guys think. So here we go. So you can see here this window, the second window right here. There's just all kinds of like garbage bag coming out. And then there's like some other shit coming out. I don't know.
I'm going to be honest. To me, that seems like a much ado about nothing scenario.
Right?
If it is a contractor, then that's completely legit. If it is AI, it's really well done AI.
It seems like a lot of trouble for like what? What do you like? Why would they bother making that AI?
And the only thing they would be doing with that is trying to fuel speculation about stupidity, which kind of succeeded. But at the same time, like you said, why?
Yeah, it seems like yeah. I mean, I could totally see someone doing this. Like, I ain't gonna carry all this shit downstairs.
And I'm just gonna point this out as well, how incredibly stupid it is to go directly to Trump for what was happening in that picture. You are a you work in a big company.
Yeah.
Does your CEO know everything that happens at your level?
Absolutely not. Not even
So,
close.
so would it make sense for if your CEO is doing a press briefing about something your department was working on? Would it make sense for them to go and or for a reporter to come up to them and go, "So what's with the calendar on cubicle 310?"
Right? Yeah. No, you're right. Although it's Peter Ducey, and Peter Ducey, he's usually, on our side, usually.
He
Or I should
usually
say on the Republican side, conservative side, if you're on that side.
he usually is, and it could be one of these things where it was just something he saw that was so stupid he was like, "I have to ask the question."
Yeah. To me, this is legit. Like, this is somebody who had a bunch of shit, that they were doing some work in that room, and
Well,
it's
and
just quicker to just chuck it out the window and then pick it up on your way out and throw it in the in the dumpster or whatever they do there at the White House to get rid of their garbage. I mean, it's kind of funny because, it's very much a normal person kind of thing, right? To just,
exactly.
fuck it, use the window.
I mean, jokingly, of course, could be a Mexican crowd contractor up there doing work, throwing shit
Yeah.
out the window.
Yeah. I mean,
What they do.
Yep. No, I mean, it's not anything all that abnormal to me, but
Well, and,
fucking journalists don't know fucking shit from Shinola, so
well,
I'm
think,
confused diapers.
on the thing is also when I was still on active duty, when we had some really idiotic details where we were cleaning out headquarters buildings, we would ask them to go ahead and open one of the windows on a side that wouldn't necessarily be public facing. So when we had big bags of crud, we could just chuck them and pick them up
Right.
afterwards.
Instead of dragging the shit down the stairs. I know I've done it. I've done it when I've been like doing remodeling and been like, fuck it, I'm not carrying all this shit downstairs.
I mean, that's normal person behavior.
Right. So, but then, like you said, like, does the CEO know every fucking detail of everything that goes on everywhere? Like, they're making it into such a big deal, and it's such a nothing burger.
And that's literally the situation here with President Trump. He is the CEO of the country, essentially. He's not going to necessarily know, in the case of the military, exactly how many rounds of 5.56 they have at X base at Y time.
Of course not. But then the media is like, oh, well, there's something wrong with him. Doesn't he know that, these windows aren't 600-pound bulletproof glass? How does he not know that? Fucking media.
Well, okay. Again, I hate to keep beating this horse. And there's actually a video game clip that you could use to point out how silly this is. In the game Command and Conquer 3, there's a cutscene where the guy who took over as the commander-in-chief of the GDI forces literally says to a reporter, "I'm not going to tell my soldiers what camouflage to use in a battle zone. I'm not going to tell them what bullets to use. I'm just going to tell them to get the job done and trust them to do it."
Right. That's what you pay him to do. So, or well, if it's the army, that's what you tell him to do. You don't really pay him that much.
Yeah, it's the same difference.
Yeah. All right. I think we've covered this story, non-story pretty well. Let's get up the wheel. All right. I forgot to take this one off. I'll take that off this way. There we go. All right. Spinning the wheel. What are we going to get? Smelly feet.
Wait, what?
Are you ready? So if you missed the beginning, we have 5 like legit good stories, and we have 5 just kind of silly stories. So
Mhm.
this one is Smelly Feet.
I see.
So let's talk about Smelly Feet. Let me pull up the story. Exactly. Extremely bizarre. Florida man ran over his date after she refused to allow him to smell her feet. Please.
Oh,
Wait, what?
Do you want me to read that again?
No, I can read it myself. I'm just like, what?
Yeah,
um,
he ran her over because she wouldn't let him smell her feet. Investigators say 28-year-old. Oh fuck, I can't read this.
so he's a Gen Z.
28-year-old Elmuncy Sarkley met the woman through a dating app and invited her to the hotel. There's our guy. I don't know. You think he's he might be a migrant. He might be from Africa. A Florida man. Well, every good story starts with a Florida man. Florida man was arrested after a meetup with a woman he met on a dating app turned violent when he allegedly ran over her after she refused to allow him to smell her feet. It happened around 2 p.m. on August 24th at the Serena Hotel in Aventura, about 20 miles north of Miami. Investigators said 28-year-old, I can't even fucking say his name, this guy, met the woman through a dating app seeking and invited her to the hotel. Law and Crime reported. The woman, who spoke to Local 10 News but asked not to be identified, said she agreed to meet Sersel? Yeah, that's his last name. Sersel, to sell him a pair of used shoes. The plot thickens.
What?
She met him to sell him a pair of used shoes, but quickly became uncomfortable when the conversation shifted. This is her speaking. When I got there, he just wanted to sniff my feet, and I didn't
my
feel
God.
comfortable with that.
Okay. One, you were there to sell him used shoes. Two, your feet spend a lot of time in shoes unless you only wore them once, which this is a lady, so it very could just have been one of those things where she wore them once and decided to get rid of them. Let's just say hypothetically he wanted to make sure there wasn't residue.
So instead of a kink, he's got a stink.
It seems so.
Oh, maybe he goes for one in the pink, two in the stink.
Oh, God.
Or all 3 in the stink.
So she goes on to explain, I mean, you can have my sneakers all you want. I mean, I don't care. I'm not wearing them. And they're just stinky old sneakers. But people like weird things.
Yeah, that definitely falls into the weird thing. Billy, where did you find this?
Just web searching. So
I don't want to know what your search history looks like, man.
So this is a Florida man, huh?
This is, yes, a Florida man. They have like a lot of different news sources have like bizarre and weird and criminal stories. So you just do a little bit of a search and you can come up with weird shit. All right. So the woman told police that she told Sersel it would cost him $1,000. Jesus Christ, because she's a foot model. These women running their fucking games. I'm a foot model, so my stinky old sneakers are worth $1,000.
Jesus Christ!
Wow, these girls know how to fucking work it. Let me tell you, she's a foot model, and that's her going rate. according to the affidavit. She then
Oh.
said she had to get them out of the car and excused herself to use the restroom, only to see Searle run out of the room, according to the arrest affidavit. Go ahead, whoever wants to. I hear somebody wants to talk.
No, I actually wasn't saying anything. I was trying to
I-
break back some WTFs.
Why does this feel like a Chris Mitchell, Scotty Sides, only feet story?
Only feet.
Honestly, this feels like something that you would see on Donut Operator.
Only stinky feet. Wait a minute. This just gave me a great idea. If Mitchell is listening, or if you, Mitchell, if you listen to this in the future, check this out. You get sneakers, right? You pretend to be your girl, like how I was doing April. So I made a girl for Chris. I don't know if he's still using her. You wear the sneakers, you make them all stinky, and then you sell them as your fake girl for $1,000 because you're quote unquote a foot model. Brilliant. Guys, I am bringing you ways to make extra cash right here. Right
Chrissy's crusty socks.
Perfect.
Mm.
Or like you can get like a pair of underwear, like a bag
Oh,
of underwear.
God.
Girls actually do this. I know girls do it. They buy like cheap ass like Walmart, box of 10, whatever, however panties come, and then they wear them for a day, and then they sell them online for ridiculous pricing.
What the?
Okay,
Man.
so you use a general term then. Chrissy's crusty cloths.
These crusty crap.
The crusty crack.
Please move this forward. I am beginning to get really disturbed, and I've been doing
The ones that are more
for
expensive.
the last couple weeks.
The ones that are more expensive are the ones that Chrissy made sure to ride up her crusty crack.
Look, I like the legs. The feet are just weird to me, but the legs and the thighs, I like. But
Yeah, I mean, feet,
I don't
like,
understand it.
they walk all over like stuff. Like I don't even want shoes in my I take off the shoes as soon as I get in the house, and anybody coming to my house, you gotta take the shoes off because I don't want you trapping in fucking crap from all over the fucking outside into my house.
I don't even like my own feet.
Right? Yeah, they're like they're just kind of like tools to get you from A to B, and usually they're stinky or
Mhm.
they're not the nicest things in the world.
So
They're
SpongeBob with the
Okay,
what is it? Crusty,
Let-
cracky secret formula.
gentlemen, let me extend this offer. Any of us who have had cats or dogs know that they will sleep with their heads in just about anything. Maybe
Mhm.
this guy had a cat or a dog, and he just needed to get it a new pillow.
I don't think so.
I mean,
I'm trying to find a positive here, buddy.
look. How does this even develop? Like, what do you just wake up one day and see your feet or someone else's feet? It's like, oh yeah, I'd love to smell that.
right? Like what? I know Quentin Tarantino has like a thing for it.
God, does he ever?
Yeah. Unbelievable. In Japan, you could buy used panties off vending machines. Yeah, I've heard of
Yeah,
that.
you can. I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen those before while I was there.
Ugh. Blech.
Go back and watch Death Proof. That movie is full of feet fetish scenes.
Yeah, he did it in the first Kill Bill too. He focused in on Uma's feet while she was in the
God.
pussy wagon.
I'm not.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not touching any of this.
All right, so let me just we'll finish reading this story because it's too extreme and it's too crazy to not. Okay, so believing he had stolen her belongings, she chased him into the hotel's parking garage and confronted him as he climbed into his red Mercedes SUV. So the brothers got money. That's when officers say Searle accelerated towards her, stopped, made a 3-point turn, and struck her with the vehicle. The woman was left with road rash and bruising to her back, arms, and chest. injuries that require immediate medical attention, according to the affidavit. She called the ordeal extremely bizarre and said she's just thankful she survived. Look, you're meeting a guy at a hotel to try to pawn your fucking shoes off for $1,000. How do you think that's gonna go? Like, you know, that's like already sketched just from the description.
You
But
know,
you
you
want
didn't
that-
go there expecting to play a game of Splattergories.
Yeah. Edwin says Jesus will wash your feet. By the grace of God, I'm still standing today, she said. I never experienced anything like this before. I met a lot of people who have foot fetishes, really. So this is a thing.
Yes, it is a thing.
Obviously, and nobody has ever done anything to this caliber. Searle fled the scene, but he later arrested on a charge of aggravated battery. He has since bonded out of jail and is scheduled to appear in court on September 29th. Detectives noted this was not the first time Searle has faced such accusations. Court records show he had multiple open cases in Miami-Dade County involving women he allegedly met on dating apps, lured to hotels, and then robbed them of their shoes. Let's see, is that the end of the story? That's the end of the story. So there you go. We have a guy who is a what do you call it? A repeat offending foot fetish who pays up to $1,000 for a pair of stinky shoes. So, guys, if you want to make some money, this is the guy to sell your stinky shoes to. But just pretend you're a chick.
He might attempt to get the thrill of victory, but all he knows is the agony of defeat.
Jesus.
Oh, man. That was such a dad joke. Such a dad joke. Oh
You had to have known it was coming.
Yes.
He even looks like a crackhead, like he'd be in Friday.
Right, but he's in a Mercedes. He's paying $1,000. Like, this is a guy who's got means. It's not like he's poor.
Oh, okay, Billy. Did you
freak.
ever watch Star Trek Deep Space Nine?
No, I never did, to be honest. Sorry.
I'm gonna say this even though you won't get the reference. He basically looks like the guy who played Gowron stuck his tongue in a toaster. Look at that hair.
That's real hip these days, I guess. I'm not sure who that is, but I'll take your word. That landed with somebody.
Look it up later.
So the funky shoes at the thrift store. Yes.
Oh, God.
Who 346? Go to the thrift store, buy up all the chickie shoes, and start selling them to freaks like this. It's a fucking moneymaker.
Can we move on to something else, please?
Look, this is has turned into like a wealth clinic.
You know, this guy would make a great what's the dog that the police use for sniffing drugs? German Shepherd. He'd make a great German Shepherd dog on the police force sniffing out stuff.
Unbelievable.
Let's just move past this foot and ass stank story.
Who committed the crime? Let me smell her shoes.
All right. Al Bundy's dream job. All right. Here we go.
Al hated working at that shoe store.
Oh,
we're getting all the silly stuff today.
Oh, no.
Prego ultrasound bands.
Oh, God.
I didn't fully read this story, but we'll check it out. So let's see, where is it? Where the fuck is this one? Hold on, give me a sec. Got that one.
I'm already afraid. I am already afraid.
Here we go. Be afraid. Be very afraid. And we were just talking about Japan. So, Makiri Japan's leading online flea market, decided to prevent the sale of ultrasound photos on its platform to prevent people
What?
from using them to commit pregnancy fraud. Huh.
Okay, that actually makes sense. This actually
Selling-
makes a certain kind of sense.
Oh, so like entrapping dudes. Oh, yeah. I'm seeing this. I'm seeing this angle. Okay. Selling ultrasound photos of unborn babies on a flea market app is strange, but McCurry never even considered taking action against the practice until one person noticed the high number of ultrasound pics and positive pregnancy tests listed on the platform and posting pictures of them on Twitter, asking other users what they thought about it. The post went viral, attracting hundreds of comments, most of which agreed that the two only logical answers were pranking or scamming someone into thinking they had gotten you pregnant. While the first one could be regarded as a innocent joke, the potential implications of pregnancy scamming recently led McCurry to ban the sale of such items on the online flea market. So this is like, it's interesting, these ways that women are using to get money out of dudes.
So basically a good MGTOW story.
Yeah, right?
Well,
Yes.
it's going to get worse. Even if you ban the selling of it, what's going to stop somebody from using AI to generate a picture?
Right. Yeah.
Well,
Look, it looks
okay.
just like you.
Okay, here's something that I don't think most people realize. Assuming you have a positive pregnancy test, unless it is, I want to say 12 weeks, although it might be 8 weeks after the event, you're not going to have anything that really looks like a human fetus. I want to say it takes between 2 and 3 months before you finally get that. Whereas the positive pregnancy test can happen almost immediately. So I can kind of see where they're trying to go with this, but at the same time, I'm just like, what the fornication trophy, pun intended, is going out in Japan where they actually have to worry about this being a thing?
Well, because, so Japan, as we know, is very much a repressed society, right? And has, all this honor and all this kind of nonsense, right? So I can see a woman extorting a man, being like, look, you got me pregnant, so, pay me X amount of money and I'll go away.
Well,
And the man
Mando,
just does it.
Mando, I did it. Ironically enough, I did a stream on Japan, about a month or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually experiencing feminism, a rush of feminism over there.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's going to be bad. And it's not honor, it's pride. They're not honorable. They're just prideful.
Either way, whether it's the anatomical part of it doesn't work if you have a room temperature IQ and have an idea how it actually works. And with from what I understand, with the way the Japanese education system is, by the time they're actually able to get it on, they've gone through at least one A&P course, so they kind of have an idea how the bits go together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to say it without getting YouTube.
That's all right. I don't care about YouTube bullshit. Go ahead, say whatever you want. I don't care about their censorship.
Basically, in Japan, by the time they're old enough to fornicate, they know basically how the development works.
Although they're very strange. I remember, I don't know if it's still a thing, where their porn was all like pixelated.
Well, that's because of their censorship laws.
Yeah.
Anything that they make in that area that's intended to go outside of the country, they cannot show any of the naughty bits.
It's just weird.
That's actually how we ended up getting Japanese tentacle porn to begin with.
Tentacle porn? What's tentacle porn?
Oh, don't, Billy. No.
I don't know. I'm being honest.
Billy?
I don't know what that is.
Billy, I know you're older than I am.
I
but
am.
I'm going to say this with all due respect. You're not old enough to know what that is.
No, I do not. Does it have to do with like octopus or something? And they're used.
I've already said more than I really want to say. I have done my best to expunge that data from my mind, and it has not worked. If I'm actively trying to forget something, and you've heard some of my stories.
Oh God, the imagery.
So it's like they take is it a live octopus? Or they just cut off the like octopus?
It's Japanese anime, Billy.
It's anime.
Yeah, if you're really that curious about it.
No, I'm not. To be honest. No, I'm not into. I am not into weird fetishes, especially like anything concerning like animals or octopus or donkeys. Okay. I see somebody saying a donkey show.
Billy, let me put it this way so I don't get too crass on YouTube, even though you don't really care.
I don't care. Say whatever you want.
There is a reason why Japanese anime porn has demons, weird Cthulhu-esque entities, and bizarre water fixations.
Okay.
That they're not allowed to show a lot of the stuff that we would show outside of Japan. I don't know the why. I just know that's the rule, and the fact that I even know that is enough to make me feel like I need to go for a shower and decontamination.
You probably should.
From Outlaw's side, he knows exactly why I say that.
Look, there are certain things about Japanese culture I love, like the car industry and a lot of their anime and their food, but
there's certain things that you don't want to know.
AI is taking over porn anyway. Oh, if we hit that story, we might hit that story. It would be funny if we get it on the next spin.
AI is probably going to get destroyed by anti-AI.
Go ahead.
No, you go. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say real quick, there's a reason why they fetishize about being killed by a giant lizard.
Jackal, isn't anti-AI known as MSN?
So we got a bonus article here that I'll read.
No.
Yeah. Iran's Black Widow can't remember how many husbands she's poisoned. 56-year-old. I can't read that name. This is why I'm not like a presenter of any kind of show, because I am not good with reading wackadoo names. Her name's Kalsum Akbari.
My chair just started floating.
Stands accused of poisoning and killing 11 husbands over the period of 22 years. But she claims the number could have been higher. She just doesn't remember exactly. Holy fuck. How is this woman not like strung up? Especially
Iran. Who were the idiots that kept marrying her after?
Right.
Well, hang on. We're talking about Iranians. They weren't murdered. They were martyred.
True.
I'm sorry.
For more than 2 decades, Akbari was able to get away with systematically marrying elderly men before poisoning them with diabetes drugs and industrial alcohol so that she could inherit their possessions and dowries. No one suspected a thing because the men seemed to die of natural causes due to their advanced ages and precarious health conditions. She also operated in various cities to avoid attracting attention to herself. Her killing spree began in 2000 and continued until 2023, when the son of her last victim, an 82-year-old, Jesus Christ, look at that name, Gajarazi Babigabadaya, became suspicious and alerted the police. She now stands accused of killing 11 husbands, but the Black Widow herself claims the number could be between 13 and 15.
All right. I don't know what you just said there, like at the beginning of the sentence, but whatever you did just made all the lights in my room flicker.
So basically, she just admitted to a bunch of crimes, so now they got to go arrest her.
Yeah. Now they finally got, where were I don't know what kind of police they have in Iran, but clearly.
Depending on what part of the Middle East she's in, she's probably going to get her butthole ruined and then stoned to death.
No, hang on. She's in Iran. They really wouldn't have done a major investigation as long as she still looked like a hefty bag.
What happened? I don't know. What answer is she going to give when they ask, okay, why'd you poison him? She's going to say, Iran.
Oh, my God. Edwin says, that's a man, baby. It's a man.
So basically, everybody's like, yeah, sure, lady. Yeah, you did all that. Yeah, in Iran.
Basically, yeah, that's the way they would look at it. And the only thing that would have got her caught was her getting greedy. And like I said in the article, the son of her last victim getting curious about what the hell was going on.
So, I've heard of, this isn't like the first time I've read or heard of this happening, although this number is quite high, 11 people. I've heard somebody's rustling papers. You just mute yourself. That's, usually it's like a husband or maybe at the most, they get away with 2 husbands. 11 or 13 or 15. That's insane.
Hey, Billy.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a story here in North America about 40, 50 years ago about a guy who had offed like 5 or 6 wives and everyone thought it was an accident?
I would think the police though would kind of start like being like, after like number 3. You know what I mean? Well, Iran, who the fuck knows what goes on over there, or what the fuck the police think over there or whatnot. But
I was about to say, in the case of the Iranians, do you really think their police department actually knows how to put 2 and 2 together? I'm surprised they caught her even with the confession.
Right. But yeah, wow. 11 dudes. Well,
and in Iran, they're more worried about going after teenage girls for dancing on TikTok.
This is true. And you gotta wonder, like, what did she inherit? Like, what kind of possessions would like some old Iranian guy have that was worth their lives? But it's just fucked up that these are the kind of things that women do. Crazy. Any more crazy women stories?
Yeah. Why is your burqa off? Put that back over your mouth.
Yeah, right. Wait. Oh, we got another bonus story. Go ahead. Were you going to say something?
No, go ahead.
Teenage girl sells boyfriend into slavery to scam ring for 14 grand. What? A 19-year-old Chinese man barely survived the worst 4 months of his life after being seduced and then sold into slavery by his 17-year-old girlfriend. What? Chinese media recently reported the shocking case of a young man from Jianxing in China's Guangdong Providence. I mean, you kind of like talk like them to get the pronunciation right? Providence, who endured 4 months of captivity and torture at the hands of a scam ring in Myanmar. After
Myanmar.
after being lured into a trap by the teenage girlfriend. Like, what kind of like slavery ring are they running with 19-year-old Chinese men? That's what I want to know. Like, what the fuck are they having these guys do? Right? The victim's sister claims the two men at a local pool hall where the 17-year-old girl hung out in revealing outfits and wore counterfeit designer handbags to project an aura of wealth. Her brother was instantly drawn to her and hung on her every word when he bragged about her family's operations in southern Asia, even though she never offered any proof. She repeatedly tried to convince the 19-year-old to travel with her to the neighboring country for lucrative work opportunities, and eventually he accepted despite his family's opposition. Is this the end of the story? Come on. I need more. Oh, they don't give me more. Like, what are they having? What the fuck are they having in a guy?
What the hell?
I need more story here. Oh, maybe. Hold on. Let's see. Maybe I can get more story out of this. Because that's just weird. Like, what are they having this guy do?
I had to step away for a second, and now I come back to a Chinese slave ring.
Yes. Yeah. This is really bizarre. Like, what are they doing to this guy? Go ahead.
What was she, like the daughter of a gang master or drug dealer or mob boss or something? Like, what is this?
I don't know. We're gonna continue on. In February of this year, the pair secretly traveled to Thailand with his family, learning about his whereabouts from his friends. On their way back, while approaching the Thailand Myanmar border, the 17-year-old girl made up a story about having to pick someone up close by and simply abandoning her boyfriend in the middle of nowhere. Shortly after, a group of armed men approached him, took all his documents and his mobile phone before taking him to a secret compound. My brother told me people with guns had taken him away. The teen's sister recalled after adding that this was all he was able to text before his phone was taken away. The 19-year-old Chinese man was taken to a secluded camp. His head was shaved, and he was forced to sit in front of a computer for 16 to 20 hours a day, carrying out scams against his fellow countrymen. Okay, now I'm understanding.
What?
That's what it's saying. If he failed to reach his daily quotas, or if his efforts didn't bear fruit, the young man faced severe physical punishment, including being hit and with metal rods over his back and hands. Holy fuck. See, I can't believe this kind of shit.
Is this what?
What's that?
Is this what the people who calls us for car insurance go through? Is this like how they get into the initiation?
Well, not all of them are in that kind of condition. But this honestly sounds like to me is a situation where they have these local groups that go out, find individuals that look like they can be manipulated, and then volunteer them or take them by force to actually get this stuff done.
It's fucked up, but next time I get a prank call like that about my car insurance, I'm going to be like, okay, blink if you need help. Are you in any kind of danger, sir?
Right? Yeah.
Maybe I'm just a completely insensitive bat bastard, but if I get a call like that, I'm just going to be like, oh, just tell me where I can go to get some super young guy.
All right, let me see if I.
And that's a no homo comment.
I mean, I mean, seriously, think about it. Now, every time you get prank called by one of these scammers, you literally could be like keeping the fate of their life in your hands by not answering them.
I had no idea.
Oh God.
And then listen to this. God. In June of 2025, the teen's family managed to raise the 350,000 yen or $49,000 ransom and secured his release. So they ransomed the fucking guy. Holy fuck. That's what it says. They ransomed the dude. However, the rescued teenager lives in constant anxiety and fear, blah, 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 developing paranoia. Wow, check this. So this is the chick that scanned him in. This is kind of like if you watch that really just heart-wrenching movie, the about the kids being taken from South America. What was that movie? Yeah.
It kind of sounds like a kinky porno.
No, but like this is in a way, this is kind of like that whole the Sounds of Freedom thing, where instead of kids, they're taking people and then they're locking them up and making them do like fucking shit ass work. That's crazy.
This also almost sounds a lot like the plot for the movie A Working Man.
I haven't seen that one, but
yeah,
it's actually worth watching.
Yeah, so they use this girl to lure. See, here's another reason, guys, to fucking watch your ass with chicks. And you could be lured into, fucking getting taken away and then having to become a fucking telemarketer. Holy fuck.
That's almost a fate worse than death.
It really is. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you know what? It'd be an even worse fate.
What's that?
Getting abducted, taken away, and being forced to be a phone donation collector for the Democrat Party.
That
would legitimately be a fate worse than death.
And to us, it would sound like a joke, but they're like, no, please take it serious. My life is in danger.
Right? Yeah, now I'm gonna think twice.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's crazy. And but we're the terrible ones for slavery that happened 170 years ago in this country. It's all our fault. And meanwhile, slavery is still going on in many places in the world.
Maybe I'm a terrible bat bastard, but I honestly don't have any reason not to continue or messing with these people's brains whenever they call me.
Yeah. All right, let's spin the wheel. Boy, maybe we'll get the deep fake porn. That's our next story. Oh, come on. Did we? Oh, damn it. Africa country bans LGBTQ. God, we were so close to getting that one too.
Interesting.
Maybe we'll get another spin on the wheel. So hold on, let me switch. Replace screen. Where is it?
This could be rather interesting.
Yeah.
What, they're banning the gayness?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, this is Uganda. That's happened about a year and a half ago, and the mainstream media here in the United States just went absolutely apeshit over it.
Oh yeah, I think I have a screenshot of one of those articles headlining that. I think they came up with their own version of what that acronym is supposed to stand for. What is it? Leprosy, gonorrhea, bubonic plagues, and something else. I don't know.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, on a serious note, if China, if Russia, if a lot of these countries are outright banning it and won't let it in their entertainment and whatnot, yet we are. Something is very wrong with this picture.
Well, I mean, it's what perpetuates the spread of STDs. I mean, what continent has the highest STD rates by volume?
At this point, probably Asia, specifically certain island nations.
Yeah. I come from, in my generation, we were always kind of you want to do that in your bedroom, whatever. Just don't have it affect me. I don't want to see it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to know about it. You do you, boo-boo, and you live your life and don't bother me with it.
Exactly.
Right? But the problem is that they've been shoving it in everybody's faces for so long that, you know, it's what's happening now is a backlash against it. So, you know, they kind of fuck themselves.
Well,
right? They
and not in the way they enjoy it.
Well, again, common sense wise, how long can you push a narrative and you know, continue to see people, you know, get all these privileges and psychological breaks from social media and all that? You know, eventually people are going to be like, these folks ain't special. You know, if they're pandering for normality, and yet they're wanting special treatment, you know, something's got to give here.
Oh, hell. I've gotten to the point where when somebody says that I'm being an istophobe idiot, I literally look at them and go, yeah, your point.
It's always bothered. It's always.
Sorry.
Good. No, we keep talking over. Good.
I've got this delayed thing. I don't know what's going on, but it short circuits their brains when you do that.
Yeah. I mean, what has always bothered me is the victimhood mentality that seemed to have taken over our country probably about a decade ago, maybe even a little longer, where it's like everybody has to have some kind of story, you know, and this is how we got DEI and everything, right? I'll never forget when I realized it was like we were going down that road. I was with a chick, and she liked to watch that stupid singing show where you have the auditions.
America's Got Talent.
Whatever it was, yeah. No, not
American Idol. American Idol.
American Idol, right? And they'd have these terrible fucking singers on, just awful. And then, you know, the judges would be like, I don't know, you know, and then they'd come up, but my cat has AIDS and I got a wooden leg, and my mom, she's in the hospital, and you know, and they're like, oh, okay, all right, we'll let you through to the next round. And it's like, why? Just fucking end it right there, bro. Like you're perpetuating just because they come up with some sob story.
It you know, paying very, very close attention to that type of show, it's very scripted, right? If you pay attention to how they introduce the guests and, you know, how much backstory they want to give to someone, usually you pretty much guess that, yeah, they're going to go through. And then that for me is what ruined it. I was like, nah, this shit ain't real.
Yeah. But that was kind of like indicative of what's happened with society, is that everybody has to have some kind of story. It's not based on like your talent or your merit or what you're capable of. It's based on whatever stupid fucking story that you have that makes people feel bad.
That honestly reminds me of a couple of strips from the old Dilbert comic strip before Scott Adams got canceled. The pointy-haired boss actually went up to Dilbert and goes, we need an origin story for the company. And
Edwin, to be honest, you know, when the North had to have multiple countries help fund the war to unionize against a bunch of people working the farms in the South, I mean, it made the North look like pussies to me, just to win the war. Just saying.
I'm not gonna touch that.
Yeah.
It's the problem is with, as far as if we're going to go down the black white route that we have in this, the problems that we have in this country, is a lot of it you can attribute to white guilt, right? White people, there is a faction of the white people in our society who feel guilty for the circumstances that Black people had gone through, again, 170 years ago, right? And then they've given them all these things, right, in thoughts that would be better for them, right? They've given them programs and money and this and that and everything, but it's still kind of the same situation that's been going on forever in that community. There's lots of problems, and instead of promoting family value, not promoting the whole gangster culture and all that. They just allow it to be. They back away. Here, we've given you money. We've given you all these things. You should do good now, right? But they don't, because
they're lazy and they suck sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't want to paint a whole broad stroke of a whole race of people with one brush, but you can't keep talking about reparations and giving people money who they shouldn't be giving money to, and not training. Like, we have a huge amount of workforce here that isn't being utilized because they're getting paid by the government to do jack and shit, right? And what they should be doing is training these people how to put together things, right? That's how you bring back manufacturing in this country, is you take the population and you make them smart by training them how to do things.
Hey, Billy, I'm gonna go ahead and say something, and this is race agnostic. This is not specific to any one race. This is based on things that I observed, and this is based on geographical locations. When I was in the Army, the soldiers who generally refused to fix themselves when they would foul up often fell into one of two categories. They either were the individuals that Pop would refer to as from red trash land, and they thought because mommy and daddy were on certain kinds of assistance that they were somehow entitled to all this kind of ish. Or they were from inner cities and had the same kind of mindset.
Yeah.
I would literally buddy people up who were from those two particular demographic groups and tell them to figure something out working together and leave them alone for 5 hours.
It's literally what I tell people all the time on my streams. The thing about it is you're not going to have a system that tracks down every single human being who was tied to ancestors who owned slaves. They're not going to take that time to do that. That's too messy, too convoluted. It's going to come through the government, which is just going to be another, tax extortion program out of your paycheck or your earnings or what have you, Social Security, that they're going to take and give to whoever they want, usually blacks and illegals. And it's going to be another government program. Reparations ain't the answer.
No, they don't need reparations. You want to see what happens to somebody who has the motivation and the opportunity to go up, because capitalism allows you to do that. You're not stuck in a fixed social tier. You have the ability to move up. It just depends on your willingness to put the effort in. Look at black families that were able to get further up in the 50s and in the 60s. And other blacks called them, oh, you act too white. You act just like the white man. Oh, because I actually go to work and I actually get to buy nice clothes with money that I earned because I worked hard.
I mean, the thing about it is every time I hear them talk about it, it's always, well, we can't build generational wealth. We can't, only. But here's what they don't stop to think about. Who's, the same people that are supposedly keeping them from doing that, look around. It's the same people that's oppressing everybody, buddy. Again, and when you adopt a victim mentality, you've already defeated not only yourself, but, you've lost the arguments. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I'll give you a quick side story as to how I feel about this kind of stuff. And then we'll finish this. Somehow we got totally sidetracked. I think of Africa. But so during 2020, I was working from home. I would do my walking every day, like I still continue to do. And on my walking route is my local park, which is only for residents of my town. And the majority of residents in my town are of a particular race. Just the way it is. That's the way it goes. And during 2020, when it was deep into the George Floyd stuff and whatnot, we got a group of guys started coming to the park and hanging out in the basketball court that definitely weren't residents of the town. So, and they would hang out. It went on for about 2 months that these guys would be there like every day hanging out at the basketball court. And I walked past the basketball court as they're doing their shit. And one day I walked past and they weren't there. And, of course they leave their fucking water bottles and all their shit. And that pisses me off. I don't like when people litter. And so I go over and I throw out all their fucking water bottles and all that. And among their pile of shit that they had left was a beautiful brand new pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses. Brand new. Now, this was very close to right after everybody was getting their checks from the government, for not working, the $3,000 checks, right? So the money to them was like nothing, right? It was like, oh, I got money from the government. I'm going to go, instead of doing actually something with it, I'm going to piss it away on things that I really don't need or has really, I could buy a $12 pair of sunglasses. It's going to work the same as a $300 pair of sunglasses. But no, I need the designer $300 pair of sunglasses, right? And because they didn't value it, right, because it was given to them, they fucking left a beautiful brand new pair of Ray-Ban $300 sunglasses right there on the fucking park bench, which I proceeded to take home, put it in the dishwasher, and it made the dishwasher fine. And I have had those pair of sunglasses ever since. And they're the best fucking pair of sunglasses I've ever owned that just happened to come my way because somebody didn't value what was given to them, that being a check from the government, which they then proceeded to buy bullshit with. And I've heard story after story of people who had gotten money through, those government programs or whatnot, especially those ones where they were giving out the $10,000 loans, the PPE loans that now are coming back to fucking, now they're getting put in jail over it. I don't know. Have you guys heard of those
yeah,
stories?
I've heard of a few of those. And honestly, every time I hear them, I'm like,
well, there's a lot of them.
When I hear about those
Go
things,
ahead.
I'm just like, yup, you brought this on yourself. Don't ask me for sympathy.
Yeah, exactly. They put in for these $10,000 loans claiming they had a business when they didn't. They were all talking amongst themselves online and they're like, oh, the government's giving away money. Just all you got to do is give them your name and your bank account and say you own a business. And the next thing you know, you got $10,000 in your bank account. And then these people went and proceeded to just go out and buy just bullshit with it. Absolute fucking bullshit. Like nothing of value. And they spent it all. And now they're being arrested. And they can't even say, well, I bought this and I bought that. Or I've changed my life because of the money or whatever. I mean, it's stolen money, no matter how you look at it. But the point being is they didn't value what was given to them. So to me, that's a failing thing is to just give somebody money for nothing, right? Nothing in exchange. It's not valued, whether it be money or housing, right? You've seen where they're giving housing to these illegals. And then they go in and the rooms are trashed, these 4 or 5 star hotels that they're giving illegals, and the people just trash the place. I mean, if they're not working for it, right, they're not valuing it.
Well,
it's not going to change. So I don't understand why we just give people money for nothing.
As far as the illegals in these hotels, we really shouldn't be shocked that is happening. These are individuals coming from areas that, in many cases, they don't have the kind of housing that we're used to here. So they don't know how to take care of this stuff, even when they're not the ones actively taking care of it.
Of course. They're coming from, dumpy places where it's 10 people to a room, right? But even so, like, they don't have this they don't appreciate it, so they don't care that they're filling it full of garbage and whatever
That's
else.
what I was trying to get at.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's my take on, just giving people stuff for nothing.
Oh yeah.
And you're not. It doesn't benefit. It doesn't benefit society, right? You're not benefiting us by just giving people money, because they just spend it on garbage, right? Products from China or wherever else, right? So you could say, okay, but it's putting money back into the economy, but it's like, is it? No, not really. This is garbage. So I don't know. It is what it is. You're not teaching society to move forward, right? You're not progressing. I mean, and you could see this in, our the manufacturing is gone, right? You could have taken people, instead of just giving them money for nothing and have them end up in jail eventually, you could have taught them how to assemble things and make value and contribute. But instead we just fucking, here you go, here's cash, and don't learn anything. I don't know. It's just not the way that society functions. Not how a good society should be functioning. So, and we see that, right? We see the degradation of society in the path we've been on since at least the 70s, right?
At least as long as I've been on this planet.
Yeah. Yeah, it started in earnest in the mid 60s and has been going further and further down the toilet. There's no sense of community in many places anymore. When's the last time? I mean, I know there's different places all through this country, but like when I was growing up, there was the 4-H, there was the Lions Club, there was all these societies, and people were actively participating in them, and those societies were doing things to better their local communities and whatnot. And now you'd be hard pressed to find these kinds of communities. You can still, there are still people who believe in them and still function within those, but it's not like it was.
It's very few and far between.
Yeah. Yeah. Who 346 is, we're swirling the toilet, all of it. Yeah. I'm just trying to take care of mine and my own. And I try to help where
I'm
I
going
can.
to be completely honest with you. If this country was a patient in a hospital, I can all but guarantee you in the chart, you would have a CTD in there, which in hospital parlance, CTD means circling the drain. And it's just a nice way to say this guy is about to go. We just don't know exactly when.
I mean, I hate to see that, because I think the country was built on a amazing foundation. And I'm glad I was able to experience at least a lot of it in the form that it was meant to, right? That, you can be of the lowest caliber, start out low and build yourself up and become somebody, right? That's the best thing about America. You could be, a fucking shoe shine guy, born into the son of a shoe shine man, and make yourself into a millionaire if you want to be, right? Mm-hmm. If you study and you do the work and you do something with yourself. But a lot of those values are just gone. Yeah. They're just gone. A lot of people don't anyone said, Billy, the Amazon's the real. Well, I'm thinking of like Amazon, like Jeff Bezos, right? That guy was like a bookseller. And look at, he's even though he's a complete fucking asshole, he became a multi-billionaire, right? Just hard work.
And then he got divorced, and his wife became a multi-billionaire.
Well, that's a lot of women's playbooks, man. Is marry the guy, and he'll. I passed these girls on the highway the other day, brand new Porsche, and I just look over, nice looking blonde, and I'm like, yeah, She didn't earn that. She's sucking somebody's cock to get
Or was that Hammerhand that posted today on his community post about Halle Berry claimed that half of the child support she was paying out was extortion?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Give me a break.
No, you guys know it only goes one way with people.
Anyway,
All right, let me see if I'm going to try for deep fake porn. Let me see if I can get that to come up. If not, we're going to look at it anyway. Oh, we got stealing kids.
Oh, God.
Isn't that like California law that basically allows you to go into a school and not show any kind of proof that you're the parent or any form of legal authority over a child?
Probably. I mean, California is pretty fucked up. But no, this one is an English traveler snatches 4-year-old from his mom at Miami Airport. Miami Airport is a fucking crazy ass place. Anyone you guys been to Miami Airport?
No.
I've had the displeasure many times.
How many Florida stories are we going to cover this year?
They're just the best. Miami Airport though is just a fucking it's a crazy place. So for English traveler snatches 4-year-old from his mom at Miami Airport, wraps legs around child in bizarre scene. God told her to do it. Okay.
What? All right, I'm starting to notice something here. Why are we seeing a trend of non-melanin challenged?
Just by happenstance. It wasn't intentional. Believe me. I'm not really like I don't really try to go after race stuff. I don't know. But it just happened that way.
So Billy,
Sean St. George has joined.
Yep.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Oh, living the dream,
Hello.
as our Crusader buddy would say.
I haven't talked to him in a while. Yeah, he's been doing his thing. We'll have to get. Yeah, well, yeah, he has. All right. So real quick, we're covering this one, and then we're gonna wrap it up. So you just came right at the end there.
Yeah,
it's
unfortunate. Get off work, make food for the animals and the kiddo. Forget to cook for myself, but I'll do that later.
Gotta eat. Let's see. So this woman, she picked up the child, stepped out of line, and walked away from the mother, police claim. The panicked mother then followed after Agba, that's this woman's name, demanding her child back, but Agba allegedly replied, "No, this is my child." People are on fucking drugs or something. Like, why would you do this? This is fucking mental.
I would think it's because
right?
they've gotten away with so much. They're like, fuck it, why not? Why not just steal a kid?
I mean, when I was growing up and there would be some kind of weird story like this, my mother would be like, these people are mental. They're crazy. They belong in a mental asylum. Abigail then wrapped her legs and arms around the boy to prevent him from escaping her grip and pushed the mother away. The reporter said, at one point, the mother grabbed the child's arms with Agba was still holding his legs, and the two wrestled each other. Like, what the hell? A hero witness later identified as Nailet Madpano. Jesus. Then grabbed the child out of Agba's arms while Agba continued to follow her and yell to her to give back her child. Like, this is a mental person. This is a person who belongs in a fucking some locked away from the rest of society.
What have I always
the asylum? Go ahead.
What have I always said, gents, on my streams? When a person is not held accountable or responsible, how long is it usually before they start pushing the boundaries of seeing what they can get away with?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You know, gentlemen, I just have one thing to say about things like this. Make straitjackets great again.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I hear Trump is making a push to bring the asylums back.
Good. They need to come back. Because remember, if you guys remember that It was what was that movie? Joker, right? Not I didn't see the second one, but the first one. I heard the second one's terrible, by the way. But the first one, where he's just they put him on meds, and they expect him to be good on the meds, right? But meanwhile, he belongs in an asylum. This is a person who belongs in an asylum, and it says right here she has been charged with interference with custody and 2 counts of battery. Why isn't she also charged with kidnapping?
Probably because she didn't leave the vicinity of the building. That's just that's just me taking a wild shot in the dark, but
yeah, technicalities about charges.
Yeah.
It's probably one of these what about unlawful detainment?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm not a prosecutor, but if I was, look out.
To be completely honest, given the description of the way she was holding onto the child, there could also be some spicy charges added to it.
Yeah.
Oh, child endangerment.
Charge her. Yeah, for sure. Charge her with every fucking thing you possibly can.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just going to put this one up real quick because I've been teasing it. Where is it? Fuck, where'd it go? Where are you? Why can't I find it? Hold on. Hold on. 1 second.
Billy, are you going dwarf on us?
Well, slightly, because I have a lot of different windows open. So it's like trying to find which window I need. Here we go. Here is this one. There we go. What do you got up there, fucking jackal?
It's jackal being fackle.
Is it coming up?
I see it.
Yes. So Italy's PM Meloni disgusted over porn site allegedly showing doctored images of her and other high-profile women. Honey, you haven't been on enough websites because let me tell you, it is everywhere, and stuff you don't want. I've seen like AOC porn. There's Hillary porn that I sent to Pop. I'm sure.
Oh, God. You need to be careful with those websites, otherwise you're going to start receiving scam emails and calls.
Well, I go on with my
now
VPN.
When she says
there's Pelosi,
when she says that they're upset, does that mean that they're literally disgusted that their images got out there, or that the pictures or videos depicting them wasn't flattering to their derrieres?
It probably is the latter, because
hang on. The answer to that question is yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, there is more than likely either footage or allegedly pictures out there of these women doing less than flattering things in their youth, or maybe when they were older. Who knows? Maybe they're.
So she was like
that.
So she was like, "I am so flabbergasted." Wait, why did they use that picture of me? Wait, I've got so many better pictures.
Well, it seems like they were just like a bunch of deep fake stuff.
Impossible.
But there is.
I mean, it still doesn't make any merit and has any sense to it, because that makes as much sense as Lana Rhoades, after quitting the industry, then demanding that all footage of whatever she did to make her money disappears as if she never had a past on the internet.
I don't need the imagery, Edward.
Problem is, she doesn't own any of the rights to that content.
No, you don't. The producers that she signed a contract with, they do. And remember the general rule of the internet: once it's up there, it's there forever. You're not getting rid of that down to the last instance. It's now public property.
Hang on, gentlemen. We have to remember something. We have a deepfake expert on the stream with us. How hard is it to make these things?
Well, it you got to use kind of off-brand apps if you want to make that kind of stuff, because the majority of the like off-the-shelf apps that you get in like for your phone, it's gonna flag it, like it won't produce it, it won't show you. You basically have to use like a couple of there's a couple of programs that you can actually download into your computer. One of them I have that you can use, and you build like a facial profile of the person, and then you could stick them on anything you want. Right?
Is that how you created the dog writer?
Yeah, and that way, you're not getting flagged for like censorship or this is too wild or whatever. But like all the off-the-shelf apps aren't gonna allow you to produce porn. Like none of them will allow you to produce porn.
Yeah,
are
they local apps to the computer, or are these the online sites you go to where you upload your video and work on it, kind of like what is it, an online platform?
There's a couple of those. I haven't used those, but I know there are ones that exist. I mean, now the deepfake stuff is like there are so many different programs out there now that you could do it with. But most of them that I know of are, they're very plug and play. Here's a picture of the person I want to make, and stick it on. Here's what I want to put them on. And it just does it, right? But if you try to upload a naked video or a naked picture or something, like it's immediately gonna it could see.
I believe it's illegal to do that here.
I don't,
at least with adult content, anyways.
Well, again, like I'm saying, the stuff for your phone, the apps for your phone, I think there's like 2 that aren't based here, that are based in like China or something, where you can actually like say, take a picture of, I don't know, anybody and upload it, and it'll like take the clothes off. It'll put them in compromising positions and all that. It's not cheap. I think it's, they're not cheap apps. Like they're going to charge you like a good amount for them. But if you want to see, I don't know, the girl sits next to you in class naked, you can upload a picture of her and it'll show you her naked, or what it thinks that she looks like naked.
Of which now you've just created CP.
Well, college class.
Okay, we'll upgrade it to college environment.
Okay, let me just point something out. I don't play with deep fakes because honestly, I don't have the skill or the patience for that. I have played around with a couple of AI image programs to create my own little memes and other commentary type images. And one of the things that absolutely drives me batty with those is you can tell the thing very specifically that you want it non-explicit, but an image of somebody in, say, a bikini, give a complete description of exactly what they're doing, and it'll still flag it because of inappropriate content.
Right. Well, and yeah, there's some stuff that if you use certain keywords, like it's gonna poo-poo that, et cetera, et cetera. Midjourney is a big one for keywords. It like won't let you produce any politician. Like you can't take a politician and put them into some kind of weird compromising position. It won't let you take like movie stars and put them into compromising positions, stuff like that.
I played around with Midjourney for a little bit, and it won't even let you just create a generic individual and put them into something that could be considered even slightly questionable.
Yeah, it's heavily moderated. But that's just one app. There's so many different apps now. I mean, there's like a new app every day that comes out that will do this, that, and the other thing.
It makes me wonder how many of these are just app farms in places like India, where as one of them gets out there, gets popular, and then somebody steps on it, they just release a brand new version that's essentially the same thing under a different name.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
what is
probably.
it? It used to be over the counter. It was called Spice. It was just one molecule away from THC.
Yeah, same concept,
Hmm.
only in the digital realm.
Mm-hmm.
So, real quick, to wrap up this story. So they also had this pictures of this woman's sister. And it's like you look at this woman and it's like, why would anybody want to make deep fake porn of this chick? I mean, even she's like, you know, she's
If people like feet, people are gonna
older,
like
but
ugly like that.
yeah, but that's like, why would you want to see this in porn? I don't know. Guys have some dudes have some fetishes,
Hey,
man, that are just
We
Billy?
are not that shallow. The ones that claim that we are shallow are the shallow ones.
Hey, Billy, let me just point something out to you.
Yeah.
Necrophilia is a thing.
That's taking
that
the
is-
saying "I'm gonna fuck you to death" too literally.
I get creeped out when like somebody kisses like a dead person, like, you know, at a funeral or whatnot. I'm like, oh, don't kiss them. Oh,
Yeah, don't do
I
that.
get like,
Oh,
I get that.
formaldehyde.
Yeah, formaldehyde
And potential zombie scene.
I don't know. It's just, to me, it's weird. Like,
Just stop touching the corpse. Get back.
Once the person dies, it's really, to me, it's not them
No,
anymore,
it's just
right?
their empty vessel that they once inhabited, but they're no longer here.
Hey, Billy, something I'm sure you probably did to people when Twilight was popular. When they start going on about the vampires, you just look at them and go, "Oh, so you're a necrophiliac."
Nah.
Right?
So you like them aged, huh?
Aged.
Did we lose Outlaw?
No.
The screen is black.
His screen is black
I'm
probably
not
because
sure.
he got dragged down into Crystal Kitten's basement.
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, guys. Well, I think we'll wrap it up. We're actually past my usual time, so we'll just go around the room and wrap it up. So, Outlaw, what do you got for me after this crazy, weird stories?
Yeah, a lot of them sound like, to be honest.
Right? Yes, they do. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased. Oh, maybe I'm biased. I'm hearing myself. Is that what you got to wrap up with? Did I lose everybody?
I'm still here.
No.
I think Outlaw might have dropped. Remember, he was operating off of his phone.
Yeah. What you got, Sean?
Oh, the world is just nothing but chaos. All we can do is try to mitigate it or do our best.
The world is just
hold on.
Do our best to manage it.
Hold on.
That's gotta be Outlaw since he's operating on his phone.
Yeah, that's more than an echo. That's a delay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a major delay. Who's okay? Go ahead, Sean.
We're echoing.
Is it still happening?
Go ahead, Sean.
I
don't think so.
Everything is chaos. The best we could do is try to mitigate it or manage it the best that we possibly can.
Try to mitigate it.
Who's fucking echoing?
Okay, Billy, that had to be on your end because I know I was muted that time.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself. Go ahead, Sean.
Third time's the charm. All right. Everything is chaos. The best we could do is mitigate or try to manage it the best we can.
Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Sorry it took 3 times. Jackal? Jackal.
What do you want?
What's your final thoughts?
This place is full of shit. So just get a shovel and prepare to dig a canal out of the shit.
Well, all right.
And avoid the gayness. That's how AIDS spread. And then you die.
Or manage it the best that we.
Wonderful. MGTOW Mando.
That wasn't
The
me.
gayness.
Wait, are you now? Hold on.
Tell
Wait,
Mando.
you changed your name. You're
That
now.
wasn't
Are
me.
you now? Hold.
Okay, I did modify the screen name.
Okay, I did modify
still-
this.
What the heck?
Who the hell is? All right, we're gonna figure this out.
We're gonna
right
figure
now.
this out right now.
It was Jackal, I think.
Jackal, I
Is it-
think.
Go ahead, Outlaw.
Go ahead, Outlaw.
My back.
No. Oh, hold on. Wait. Go ahead, Mando.
Okay, first of all, yeah, I did change the screen name a few
Mando.
months back. The idea is still going your own way, hence the abbreviation GYOW. However, to try to make it something that'll get less eyes on anything that I'm part of, it's no longer just calling out men going their own way. It's basically telling everyone, find your own path. But my final thoughts, when the next time the planet comes to a stop, get off and get on the next one.
Sounds like a good idea. Although that is kind of like Mormon thinking.
I don't care if it's bloody Romulan thinking. The way things are going right now, anything's an improvement.
It's Mandalorian
Got that,
thinking.
There you go. Oh, thanks, Lou Church, for coming by. I'll have to listen to your Lou Church was on with Sarge and Dear Sarge and Pop a few days ago, and I wonder if they talked about what we were talking about, that you guys, the show you guys were thinking of doing or wanted to do. So I'll have to check that out. I hope you guys did. So, all right. And with that, I'll put you guys in the background. And if you want to hang for a little bit, I'm only going to hang for like 5 minutes because I got to fucking drive in tomorrow.
Billy, on that note, I'm
Yes.
just going to say good night and you have a good one.
Good night. You too. We'll see you soon.
Yep.
Take it easy, Amanda.
All right.
Same to all of you.
All right. We'll put you in the background, guys. If you want to hang, you can hang. If not, don't. It's up to you. Why is Sean still here? We'll put you in the back there. All right, guys. I hope it was a fun show. We talked about a lot of weird shit tonight. There's a lot of weird stuff in the news, but there's always a lot of weird shit because there's a lot of weird shit in this fucking society, ain't there? Not just here in the US, but all over the world. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. I hope you have a good weekend coming up and you do fun stuff. And we'll catch you hopefully in 2 weeks, unless something catastrophic happens to me again. But I hope that shouldn't happen. I knock on wood. Let's hope it's clear sailing. I got vacation coming up. I'll try to broadcast one day during my vacation. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. And I'll leave you with, I don't know, I'm in a cootie apocalypse mood, so we'll leave you with that. All right, guys, catch you in 2 weeks. Take care. Have a good night.